You're not broken. You've just never been taught how to speak the language of your body's incredible, innate healing system. Tonight, we're going to dive deep into a profound secret: that the most powerful medicine in the universe isn't a pill, but a message you can send to yourself while you sleep. Stay with me, and I'll show you how to start a conversation that could change everything. I remember the first time I picked up a book by Dolores Cannon. Honestly, a part of me was quite skeptical. The ideas felt so big. She talked about communicating with the subconscious mind, connecting with our higher selves, and the profound belief that our physical ailments often have roots in energetic blocks or even past life events. It was a lot to take in, and my logical mind had a hard time accepting it. For years, I had been searching for healing for my chronic anxiety and the insomnia that came with it. I tried everything: meditation apps, herbal teas, strict routines, and I was starting to feel discouraged, like my mind was just failing me. I felt so disconnected from my own inner peace. It was this thing I was living with that seemed to have a mind of its own, keeping me awake and on edge. But Dolores's work planted a seed in me, a tiny whisper of a new possibility. What if I could just talk to my mind? What if my anxiety wasn't something to be fixed, but a message to be understood? It was a shift from fighting my body to listening to it. This was my turning point. I started to see my body and mind not as an enemy, but as an incredible, intelligent system that was just trying to get my attention. So, what is this quantum healing that Dolores Cannon spoke about, and how does it relate to you? It's not about complex physics or science in the way we've been taught. I like to think of it simply: everything is energy. We are all connected. At the deepest level, our thoughts, emotions, and physical bodies are just different expressions of energy. Our body has a profound, innate intelligence, a secret doctor that knows how to heal itself. Think about it. When you get a cut on your finger, you don't have to consciously tell your cells what to do. The body just knows. Quantum healing is the belief that we can consciously and lovingly communicate with this intelligence. When we get sick or feel pain or feel anxious, it's often because there's a block in this communication channel, a block caused by stress, old beliefs, or trauma. And this is where sleep becomes our most powerful tool. During the day, our conscious mind is a constant noise, a chatter of to-do lists and worries. It acts like a gatekeeper, blocking the messages. But when we fall into a deep delta wave sleep, that gatekeeper goes to rest. It's in this state that we can send a clear, pure signal directly to our body's innate intelligence. Sleep is not just a time to rest. It's a time to heal, to regenerate, and to speak the language of your soul. Now that we've talked about how to send a message to your body, I want to talk about something even more powerful. Because this conversation you're starting, this beautiful act of self-love, it doesn't just heal your body. It has the potential to change everything else around you. The physical healing, that calm in your mind, that ease in your body, is often just the most beautiful side effect of a healed mind and a healed spirit. Think of it this way: when you quiet the noise of worry, and start listening to your body's wisdom. You're not just addressing a single ailment. You are creating a peaceful sanctuary inside yourself. A clear, still lake. When the lake is clear, it reflects the sky perfectly. When your inner world is peaceful, it reflects in your outer world. The anxiety lessens, not just because you're telling your body to heal, but because you're teaching it to trust. This newfound connection with your body's intelligence becomes an incredible tool for your intuition. We've all had those moments, a gut feeling about a new friend, a quiet whisper that tells us whether a job is right for us. When we're disconnected, we second-guess those feelings. But as you practice this conversation with your body, you start to hear its yes and no more clearly. For me, trusting this inner guide changed everything in my career. I had an opportunity that looked great on paper, but my gut feeling was uneasy. My body was telling me no. In the past, I would have ignored it. But after this practice, I listened. I turned it down, and a few weeks later, an even better, more aligned opportunity appeared. I realized my body wasn't just a vessel to be fixed. It was a wise guide, whispering directions on my life's path. It was an equal partner in my journey. Your body is speaking to you every single day. It's telling you what's right for you, what to release, and what path to take. This practice isn't just about healing your pain. It's about empowering you to lead a life that feels authentic, peaceful, and truly your own. So we've learned to send a message to our body. But what about the other side of the conversation? How do we hear the reply? Your body and subconscious mind are always talking back to you, but they don't speak in words. They communicate in a beautiful, symbolic language. Learning to listen is what truly changes everything. Your body's replies come in many powerful forms. The first and most profound is through your dreams. Think of dreams as a direct report from your subconscious mind, working through things you're not consciously aware of. A dream about being lost might not mean you're going to get lost on a trip, but that you feel a little lost in your career or your current life path. The key is to look at the feelings and the symbols, not the literal events. A beautiful way to start interpreting these messages is by keeping a dream journal. Keep a simple notebook and pen right beside your bed. The moment you wake up from a dream, before the memory fades, write down everything you can remember, the story, the images, and most importantly, the emotions you felt. Over time, you'll start to see patterns and understand the symbolic language of your own inner world. Another form of communication is through intuitive nudges. These are those quiet whispers or sudden aha moments that pop into your mind when you're not even trying to think. They often come when you're in the shower, on a walk, or right before you fall asleep. These are direct messages from your body's wisdom, guiding you toward what is in your highest good. And finally, there are your gut feelings. This isn't just a metaphor, it's a physical sensation. Your body's yes often feels like an expansion, a sense of warmth or light in your chest or stomach. Its no often feels like a contraction, a knot, or a subtle tightness. Before you make a decision, whether it's what to eat for dinner or who to connect with, take a moment. Close your eyes and feel. What is your body telling you? Your body's inner wisdom is a compass. It is always pointing you toward your truth. By paying attention to these dreams, nudges, and gut feelings, you start to build a relationship of trust with yourself. It's a skill, and it gets stronger with every single day you listen. Now that you know how to talk and listen to your body, let's talk about creating the perfect space for this conversation to happen. Your healing journey is a sacred practice, and preparing your environment can help you go deeper. Think of your bedroom not just as a place to sleep, but as a healing sanctuary. The first step is to establish a pre-sleep routine. This is your personal ritual to signal to your body that it's time to shift from the busyness of the day to the peace of the night. It could be as simple as a warm bath with essential oils like lavender, a few minutes of gentle stretching, or journaling to release any lingering thoughts from the day. This routine helps quiet your conscious mind, making it easier to connect with your body's wisdom. Next, it can be incredibly helpful to clear the energy in your space. Everything carries a frequency, and we want our healing sanctuary to be filled with calming vibrations. There are simple ways to do this. You can use the ancient practice of smudging with sage or palo santo to clear out stagnant energy. Or you can use an essential oil diffuser with a calming scent like chamomile or frankincense. You can also simply set an intention for your room, visualizing it filling with pure, peaceful light. Many people find that using crystals or other tools helps to focus their intention. These aren't magic. They are beautiful aids for your practice. A piece of amethyst on your nightstand can help promote calm, or rose quartz can be a reminder to approach yourself with love. The key is to choose an object that feels special to you, something that helps you feel grounded and connected. But remember this above all else: the most powerful healing sanctuary is the one you create within your own mind. You can do this work anywhere. The intention, the trust, and the love you bring to the practice are what truly matter. The tools and the peaceful room are wonderful support systems, but they are not the source of the healing. You are. The work begins and ends inside of you. I want to be completely honest with you. This journey is beautiful, but it's not always easy. It's okay if you have questions, and it's okay if you feel like you're not getting it right. This is a common part of the process, and I want to walk through some of those feelings with you. Maybe you're asking yourself, what if I can't visualize the light? Please know that you are not alone in that feeling. The truth is, your healing system doesn't need a perfect visual. The intention is what matters most. If you can't see the light, can you feel it? Can you feel a sense of warmth in your heart, or a sensation of peace spreading through your body? It could be the feeling of a calm lake, or the sense of a gentle breeze. Whatever it is, trust that feeling. It is just as powerful, if not more so, than a visual image. And what about the days when you feel nothing at all? When you're asking, am I even doing this right? Why don't I feel anything happening? Remember that healing often happens on a subtle level before it manifests on a physical one. Think of a seed planted in the earth. You don't see it growing, but it's doing incredible foundational work in the darkness. The same is true for you. The work is happening. The conversation is being had. This is why consistency is more important than perfection. You don't need a flawless meditative session every single night. 5 minutes of an imperfect, distracted practice is infinitely more powerful than one perfect session that never happens. Be kind to yourself. Drop the pressure to get it right, and simply show up for yourself. Your body has its own unique timeline. It knows exactly what it needs to heal and when. Trust the process. Let go of the expectation of immediate results, and instead, focus on the joy of the practice itself. The gift is not just the healing, but the beautiful act of connection with your truest self. Be patient, be gentle, and keep trusting in your incredible, innate power. Now, I want to walk you through a simple 3-step method you can practice tonight. This isn't a complex ritual. It's a loving, gentle conversation with yourself. Step 1. Setting the intention. Before you go to sleep, find a quiet moment to sit or lie down. Close your eyes. Take a deep, gentle breath in and out. The most important thing here is to be specific, but loving. Don't say, "I want to get rid of my anxiety." That's a command of lack. Instead, try saying something like, "I send a message to my body's healing system. Thank you for bringing my mind into perfect peace and calm." Frame your intention as if it is already happening. Believe it. Step 2. The visualization. Now, in your mind's eye, visualize this intention as a warm, healing light. See this light entering your body as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, imagine it flowing to the area of your body that needs it most. See this light as a loving intelligence, filled with gratitude and peace. Picture it gently dissolving any tension, any blockages, any discomfort. Just see the healing light doing its perfect work. Step 3. The release. This is often the hardest step. We have to let go. We have to stop trying to control the outcome. Once you've set your intention and sent your healing light, just release it to the universe. Trust that your body's innate wisdom has received the message. You've done your part. Now you can drift into a beautiful, peaceful sleep, knowing that the work is being done on a deeper quantum level. Just surrender. When I started doing this, I wasn't expecting an overnight miracle. That's not what this is about. This is a journey of reconnecting and building trust. The first few nights, I would wake up with a little more ease. Over time, that little more ease turned into full, peaceful nights of sleep. But what surprised me the most was the emotional healing. I felt more connected to myself, less anxious, and more at peace. My sleep was deeper, more restorative, and I started to feel a sense of well-being that I had never experienced before. Remember, this is not a quick fix. It's a practice of love and patience. Some nights you'll be more connected than others, and that is completely okay. Be kind to yourself. The healing is happening even when you can't feel it. You are simply giving your body the space and permission it needs to do what it has always known how to do. You are not broken. You are a masterpiece of healing potential. My beautiful friend, you have an incredible gift within you. A secret doctor that is always ready and willing to help. You just have to learn how to listen and communicate. I hope this video has inspired you to start that loving conversation with yourself tonight. I would love to know, what healing intention are you bringing into your dreams tonight? Please share it in the comments below. Let's create a space of positive intention and support for each other. If this video brought you some peace, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. I create videos like this every week to help you on your journey to self-healing and deep connection. And remember, keep creating, keep trusting, and keep healing. Thank you for being here.